Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we will be mod chipping a PS2 Fat model, and right here I have it stripped down fully because I had to do it off camera because it's a pretty long process for these fat models to get them apart all the way to this motherboard. The PS2 Slim is pretty easy to do, but with the fat model it's a little tricky, so I have done that, and we are here at the full motherboard of our GH019 motherboard. So if you're mod chipping your PS2 and if you're following a guide like I am right now, make sure you have the right number. Should be up here, GH019. Make sure you have the right number with the right guide so you don't screw up and do soldering for another motherboard and you mess up something. So we will be doing this for this motherboard, GH019. Okay, so once I'm ready with this, I have everything set up here on my screen. I have the complete board so I can take a look when I solder if I did it right, and I have the guide where I have to solder my stuff. So I'm ready with that. I have here, let me start it, which is my soldering. Get it up to 300, should be okay. My soldering station, and it's not perfect, it's good. I have some soldering wires here with it which are not the best. I have this one, so we're ready with solder. We have flux, we have well, this is just in case if you need to hold the wires. It's nothing too important. The cutters, I have these big ones. The small ones are recommended, like really small ones for small cables, but sadly I do not have it, so I'm using this one. It's almost the same. I will be using this light that I have, just so I can see better when I'm soldering. I will have to put it up somehow. I will figure that out. Of course, we have our mod chip, which is Modbo 4.0. You will see that Modbo 4.0 blue one. So this one I got it away from the PS2 Slim that I was using, and it did not work anymore. So I thought, okay, let's take this mod chip, put it in my PS2 Fat because I do not have a chip in my PS2 Fat, and it's the only PS2 Fat I have so far. And yeah, on the side here you can see a little glimpse of the cables I have set by the length. I'm using the same one that were used in the other PS2 because I cannot find a store here near me which sells these cables. So since everything that is ready, right here there is some points that I need to pay attention to. We'll be soldering here, of course. We'll put our chip on this chip. So let me show you what I mean. The chip will go right here like this, maybe the other rotation. I will check the picture which I have here, how the guide is. So yeah, it's like this. Same thing with Modbo 4 or 5 apparently. So we go with the chip here. I will stick it to there. This tape is not so good anymore. I'll have to use some other one, or we'll see. Okay, so the chip will go here. I will solder the other side, which I need to solder some points, only 3 points right here on this part. I will have to solder 3 points because if you have an NTSC console, then you need to solder, like it says on the guide. You would need to solder an edge as well from the mod chip. So there's an edge here. You can see probably now, but right here is letter H. I do not need to solder this because I have a PAL console. So make sure you read everything and you know everything what you're doing before you go into soldering, because you can break something. And here is our power cable, which is a little bit thicker, and the main chip cable is a little thicker. So this part will probably be time lapse now. So yeah, till then, let's see. This is pretty heated up. I will set up the light and I will start soldering my things. Like I said, I will start from this part, from the back. We'll start from there and go to the front. So let's see what I can do. Uh, let's start with the time lapse.
So,
Yep.
right here, like I said, there's going to be a time lapse, but I had a bunch of problems with editing and everything else. But I'm gonna explain little by little what I did. I'm not gonna do this full video because it's pretty long, so I'm gonna shorten it by a lot. So, let me explain what I did here. So, in the beginning, like you see, I just took two wires, placed them through this little hole on the motherboard that leads directly to the soldering points on the other side where the wire needs to go. So I took those two and placed them inside on the other side, but of course I had a bunch of problems while soldering this because it's my first time soldering a mod chip to a PS2 motherboard, so it was pretty sketchy, everything. Excuse me. So everything was sketchy and not perfect, but in the beginning I had a bunch of problems. I didn't really know how to use soldering iron like the way it's meant to be used. I didn't use a lot of flux, I didn't use enough heat, and all those problems were eventually solved in the end, you can say, because towards the end I realized all my problems, mistakes, and during the next mod chip I will install, I will probably be a lot more, how do you say this, better. Yeah, I will be a lot better, and probably then I will do a better recording, like closer zoom on so you can see exactly what I'm doing, not like this with this cam on my monitor, and we will solder it better. I will have better camera, and I will do a time lapse then. So this time I cannot really do a time lapse. I'm really sorry. Messed up with my files while editing. So right here you can see me struggling getting the this iron wire, a soldering wire, but I managed to do it without flux, and but I had a bunch of problems trying to solder these two first cables. In the end I got frustrated. I went to get some air outside and continued doing that, and it went pretty okay after that. After those first two cables it started going better and better, but yeah, I will be checking with you in the next clip as well because the audio wasn't so good. So this will be it for this time lapse. Okay, so in this part I'm trying to explain that the parts I soldered on to the motherboard, I didn't have my microphone record on. I didn't realize. So as you can see, I'm just showing this points here and this points on the mod chip and this on the BIOS. Yep. So I soldered this side completely. I'm just showing it right now. Plus two cables on the top that for the first two cables that went on the other side that I was having problems with. And after that, these were going a little bit smoother, but still not perfect. I had a few problems with this, and yeah, I'm just trying to show you and explain here. I don't know what I'm talking about really because, like I said, my audio didn't record, and yeah, but I'm basically showing what I did, how there is a page where you can see how you have to do it for each motherboard. So I had mine open on the internet, and so I can see and I can show you what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm trying to get a closer zoom right here so you can see, but I'm using this stupid PC camera, which I should have not used. I should have used my phone as well, but you can kind of see it. Yeah, points are pretty good. The reason I put this red tape behind, I was explaining it. Yeah, you can see this one wire is pretty pulled out from the red cover, red protection. So I placed that tape in the back so the wire doesn't touch anything on the motherboard or any contacts, and so it doesn't get look at me struggling, holy. So the wire doesn't connect to anything on the motherboard and we don't have any problems. So yeah, that's from this part of the video. So right here I'm trying to talk, but you can see I do not have my headset near me or my microphone, so you can't hear nothing I'm talking about again. This is my mistake here, but I realize this soon. I'll take the headphones and I will talk to you through the video. It won't be perfect audio, but at
You can
least
probably,
it's original from the
but
video.
let me start again. So I'm finished. Probably heard that, but I'm finished. I couldn't make perfect cables because my first time doing it, and I do not have other cables. This is the ones that were in PlayStation 2 Slim, and I took them out. But let me give you a closer look on how this looks. As you can see, we have ground, green, the power reset goes back here, all of them connected here, two of them go on the other side right here, and so yeah, everything should be, it's not perfect like I said, it's pretty meshed here since I did this after I did the behind ones. I should have done these first, the close ones, then this further ones, but I did these ones, then this ones. But yeah, for first time, I'm pretty happy and really hope that it works. So we will be testing it and seeing if we messed up or if it's all good. So let me go hook it all up together, which is the worst part, putting it all back together. And if it doesn't work, it's you have to do it all over again. But let's see.
Okay, I can't believe it was actually successful. The eject button works. I had problem, yeah. I had to do some digging inside my Modchip because I had a bunch of problems. Let me reset this so you can see. It was stuck at this matrix logo because I had some soldering on BIOS, I think, that was connected. I think it was that, and this couldn't open. There was no blue light at all. So I reopened it, a little bit modified it, and boom, it works. I do not know if this console will load my CDs now since the laser is pretty bad. I think, if I remember correctly, it does load my PS1 games. So let's quickly check. I have this shelf right here of okay, let's take Rayman. We're gonna try that. Let's just do this real quick. I'm sorry. So we have Rayman, which is our original PS1 game, and like I said, this PS1 used to be able to read CDs, if I remember correctly. So the DVD, I need a new laser for DVDs. So when I get the new laser, then I can try out the DVD. But for now, the way we can try, yeah, it goes straight into the CD, I think. So the original CD works, and then the burned CD should work as well if it's done well. Let's just go ahead and leave it like this and come back. Hopefully it's open. Until then, let me see real quick. Actually, I have other CDs here. Some of them even fell. Let's see. Silent Hill, sure. Okay, so like we see, this game has started no problem, and right here we have a burnt game, Silent Hill. So let's take this out. It's gonna close on us. And open up again. Put in that Silent Hill. And let's give it a quick reset. We have that Matrix logo. Let's see what happens. Maybe I need to go into settings. I was never in settings for this chip, so I'm not sure if it will load directly. Yeah, it gives us the error. 1 second. Maybe we can fix this. Maybe we can fix this. 1 second. Okay, so let me just show you real quick what I mean. We have a
PS2 DVD game. Let me restart this. So like I said, I had problem with my laser before. It couldn't load DVDs anyway, so yeah, it will just go to the normal screen, or it will go with the red one. It usually goes to the normal. Yeah, it just doesn't recognize the disc, so I have to get a new laser for this, and then the console should be good. But the Modchip has been a success. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you a little bit, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.